All right. So for the Q&A question session, I would like to share with you all for some of the answers that I got from the proposed questions here. Example, question one, what were the barriers faced when adopting the online virtual learning platform to our student from low income family? So for the answer to these questions from our experience here is that we learned that our students don't have the right device for learning from distances, and they also do not have the internet connections in their area where they live. The third point is that they do not have the data, internet data to use for some families, even though they have the smartphone. And another point is that they don't know how to use the device for learning online. And the other tough things is that the parents, they are not very educated and they have no idea of how to use the phone for learning. Okay, and then question two. For question twos, what were some solutions that seems beneficial? So to our practical experience here during this COVID-19 pandemic, we did try many things, but let me just highlight to 4 points in regard to this question. We did the research for learning about our student situations when they are at home. As I shown in my presentations, we did the student mapping so that we know where the students are, what kind of supports that they need. And we also offered the support of the data use for our students because they are from the very poor family. Most of their parents have no job and no income at all at this time. Fourth, we train our students to learn how to learn online and also learn how to use their the smartphone from their family members. So in regard to no device problem, so we started with the families and we found out that the relative has a smartphone or brother or sisters at home that has the phone. We talk to them so that they can lend the phone for the students to learn while they are having an online session with the teacher. In regarding to training the student to learn, we have our staff that stand by at the work during the work hour so that they can support the student online and also they can support face to face in case they cannot solve the problem from the online uh, solution. Okay, and move on to question three that I have it here is how do you motivate the students to learn? So with our experience here at the Global Child, we have tried many ways to motivate the student for learning and keep their intrinsic high. So we have two important things here. We try to offer like a digital certificate and a printed certificate for the top 5 students. So that means each of the month that the student learning online, um, they have exam and every things that they did or thing that they do, they get credit on that, they get the score. And at the end of the month, we figured it out who has the most score, and then we rank them up from the top 5, so they got a certificate. Uh, Second things that we motivate them during this tough time is that everybody in needs of food support. So we also set up a reward as a rice package. So the top 5 students, each of them get a reward as the rice package based on the amount that the school can provide to those top learners. And when we do that, we also share their digital certificate into their digital classes so that to make the student feel that they become recognized and well known among themselves. So that's what we've been doing. But beside that, we also have a very strict policies as well, that student has to pass a certain exam, otherwise they cannot move their class. Okay, so move on to question 4. How do you engage your colleagues for online teaching? So this is a very tough question as well, because the staff adult people, and normally they need something with a higher standard to work with them. So first things that we applied with the staff is that we set up a policies for the staff that they must join the training, and the training schedule is based on a weekly working hours. So certain days, certain hours, they have to show up in a meeting room or an online platform, so that they have to learn and join the training together. Second things, we reward them, mainly for part-time teachers. The more they get trained, the more they can use the technologies tool that we train them. We offer them more teaching hours. And third things that we created is a lunch talk for the staff. So this lunch talk for the staff is very informal, so that the staff, they can share their problems and solution during the online class time. So the lunch talk seems to be very beneficial for the people and staff, because it's not formal and everyone can talk more than a formal meeting or training. And the last things that we did was also we trained them based on their need as well. We also offered like a supportive session after a formal training or training session. We also offer like a flexible time for those staff who need extra support and they couldn't ask during the official time. They can also request to us as a school management team, so that they can have their own private times on a one-to-one training as well. So that for staff. And the last one, it is very difficult for me to answer this question, is how would you go about things differently in the future? I think when looking back to the past, since the COVID-19 first case started in Siem Reap, it was on March 7th. All steps that we have done so far, I don't feel that it was anything that I would change it. I think all the steps that we move from time to time were all organized, and I really appreciate it with the opportunities and all the staff that I've been working with here at the Global Child. But there's one thing that I would like to share with you all, is that um, for a staff training inside the organization and outside of the organizations, why would a staff training? I would say we should allow somehow those staff who don't really want to join a training, we should let them go. Because I could see that with the experience that I've been training our teachers and other teachers in the community, some of them, they just can't get it. And the way that we did here at the Global Child, everybody had to join, so they have no choice. To some like extents or some cases, I would recommend that we should let some of the staff to decide on their own to join the training or not, so that they can have their own freedoms of choice to do things. I think that's it from my experience, and I hope that this slide presentation on Q&A sessions could be somehow a contribution to everybody there right now. Thank you all for seeing my video, and good luck to everybody at the conference. Thanks.